I never thought it would happen to me. Growing up in a two-bedroom apartment in the outskirts of Kharkiv, I thought a million was something you only saw in American movies. My father worked as an electrician. My mother sold vegetables at the market. Our family motto, though unspoken, was simple: survive, not thrive. But something in me refused to believe that was a limit. It started in March of 2022. The world was in chaos, and so was my life. My tech job had just vanished overnight due to the crisis. No warning, no severance. I was 27, broke, and scrolling through online forums late at night, trying to figure out how to pivot. That's when I stumbled upon a post titled, "The Arbitrage Game: How to Make Money from Thin Air." At first, I thought it was a scam, a clickbait scheme for desperate people. But I kept reading. The author, someone going by the pseudonym Red Fox 7, claimed to build a fortune buying and selling digital products between platforms. Buy low, sell high. Simple in theory, dangerous in practice. For some reason, I couldn't stop thinking about it. By April, I'd scraped together $1,000, money I couldn't afford to lose. But instead of paying rent, I wired it into a crypto exchange. My plan? Buy advertising credits on one site, resell services on another, keep the difference. Digital arbitrage. No inventory, no office, just numbers flying through cyberspace. I knew people were making fortunes in the shadows of the internet. Why not me? My first transaction was shaky. I bought $500 worth of ad credits on a little-known influencer platform. Then, using a freelance gig site, I sold marketing packages to small businesses who had no clue how to get online attention. I pocketed the margin. It worked. In 3 days, I doubled my initial investment. Not life-changing, but enough to feel the spark. The problem? It was a razor-thin edge. Prices fluctuated. Platforms shut down without notice. A single mistake could wipe me out. But the rush was addictive. By May, I'd turned $1,000 into $12,500. I moved fast, slept little, and ate whatever was closest to my laptop. Coffee became my primary fuel. And then I made my first real connection. Her name was Lena. We met in an online Discord group for digital nomads. She was a Ukrainian developer working remotely from Warsaw, and unlike me, she actually understood the algorithms behind the platforms I was exploiting. "You're not scaling," she told me bluntly after our second call. "You're hustling, but you're not building. What's the difference?" I asked. She laughed softly. "One burns out, the other gets rich." I wasn't sure if I liked Lena, but I knew she was right. With Lena's help, I automated parts of the process. She built scripts to monitor price gaps between platforms in real time. When a new arbitrage opportunity popped up, I got a ping on my phone. By June, the system was making $2,000 a day. Not consistently, but often enough that I started dreaming about quitting poverty for good. I was still living in my tiny apartment, but now I had cash. I could buy things I never imagined owning. A new laptop, noise-canceling headphones, groceries that didn't expire in 2 days. But something strange started happening. I stopped trusting people. Friends from my past messaged me out of nowhere, asking if I could help them out. Old classmates wanted to catch up for coffee. Coincidence? I didn't think so. Even my parents started treating me differently, though they didn't know exactly what I was doing. They only knew I was suddenly paying the rent. Success, I realized, isolates you. And then came the first warning sign. It was July 14th, the day before my 28th birthday. At 3:13 a.m., my phone vibrated violently. The notification wasn't from Lena or one of my platforms. It was from my crypto wallet. Unauthorized access attempt detected. I panicked, logged in, checked my balances. Everything seemed fine, except for one tiny detail. Someone had created a watch-only wallet tied to my public addresses. In other words, they were tracking me, watching my flows, waiting for an opening. I called Lena immediately. "This is bad," she whispered. "Someone knows you're making money." "Who?" She was silent for a long moment. "The same people who built the system you're exploiting. Remember Red Fox 7? The mysterious poster who started it all? Turns out He wasn't just some internet guru. Lena did some digging. We found traces of his online activity going back to darknet forums, shadowy Telegram channels, and even obscure GitHub repos. Red Fox 7 wasn't a teacher. He was a trapper, luring people into digital games they didn't fully understand, then using their data to identify winners and steal from them. He's running a farm, Lena explained. You're a part of it. My stomach turned. Was all this just a test bed for someone else's bigger game? I had two options. Option one, shut everything down. Go back to normal life. Forget the million. Option two, push harder. Go for the big score before the system collapsed. Guess which one I chose? By August, I was moving tens of thousands of dollars through crypto exchanges, ad networks, and obscure online services. Lena built me a private dashboard that visualized the entire flow. I could see in real time where every cent was moving, but with every transaction, I felt the walls closing in. Late at night, I'd hear phantom pings from my phone, even when it was off. I started checking the locks on my apartment 3 times before bed. My dreams were filled with zeros and ones, wallets and keys, passwords I could never forget. And then came the email. Subject line, we need to talk. Red Fox 7. It wasn't from a burner account. It came from a corporate domain I'd never heard of, and Terry's Dynamics. I hesitated for hours before opening it. The message was short. Congratulations. You've made it to level 2. We'll be in touch. That was it. No signature. No details. No threats. But I knew what it meant. This wasn't a game anymore. For the next 3 days, I didn't sleep properly. What did level 2 mean? A joke? A threat? Or an invitation? Lena was furious when I told her. Do you understand what's happening? She asked over a glitchy video call. You've crossed into a game where the rules are made by people you don't know. But I'm winning. I argued. Her eyes narrowed. For now, I thought about quitting. Honestly, I did. I told myself I'd cash out at $500,000. That was the original goal. $500,000 was more than enough. I could disappear, maybe move to Georgia or Thailand. Start fresh. But there was a problem. By the time I hit $500,000, I realized I didn't want to stop. In September, Lena forwarded me a new lead. It wasn't just digital arbitrage anymore. It was a gray market opportunity involving influencer marketing, fake engagement metrics, and an ad agency in Manila that wanted results fast. They're laundering attention, Lena explained. Buying views like clicks. Selling real contracts based on fake numbers. I didn't care. I saw the spreadsheet. If I could control the supply chain of bots and traffic, I could make 10x the money I was making now. Overnight, the Manila firm wired me $200,000 in USDT as an upfront deposit. All I had to do was deliver. By October, I had 4 laptops running 24/7 in my apartment. My electricity bill tripled. I bought proxy servers, rented bot farms, and even hired a team of freelancers from Vietnam to manage accounts. Lena coded the automation layer. I handled the sales calls, pretending to be a digital growth consultant. We created fake LinkedIn profiles, built fake portfolios. Hell, we even faked a company website, Aurora Growth Systems, LLC, complete with testimonials from fake CEOs. I knew it was unethical, but at 3 a.m., when the money was flowing, none of that mattered. I watched my crypto wallet grow to $750,000, then $900,000, then $1 million. When the screen flashed 7 figures, I didn't celebrate. I sat there staring at it, numb. For years I'd imagined that moment, the day I would finally be free. But when it happened, I felt nothing, just cold. Lena called me the next day. You hit it? She asked. Yeah. Congratulations. Her voice sounded distant, almost sad. I guess this is it. I whispered, but it wasn't, because I'd made a classic mistake. I thought the first million was the finish line. It was really just the entry fee. 2 weeks later, everything started falling apart. One of my Vietnamese freelancers disappeared. taking $50,000 of prepaid services with him. A hosting provider shut down 6 of my servers, claiming abuse complaints. The Manila firm stopped responding to emails. Their website vanished overnight. And then Lena called with a whisper I'll never forget. They're coming. Who? Antares Dynamics. Remember that name? Antares Dynamics, the domain that Red Fox 7 used to send me the level 2 email. Lena had done a deep dive. They weren't just some shady marketing firm. They were an attention syndicate, a private network of companies manipulating online traffic at scale. Fake clicks, fake views, even fake outrage on social media, all to influence stocks, elections, and markets. I wasn't running my own hustle anymore. I was inside their system. And the Manila deal? That wasn't a deal at all. It was bait. They'd been testing me, seeing if I was useful or dangerous. On November 3rd, I received a Zoom link with no sender. Lena told me not to join. I joined anyway. The call connected to a black screen. A voice spoke, not robotic, but flat, emotionless. We have reviewed your operations, it said. My mouth went dry. You are unauthorized but effective. We can formalize this relationship. What do you mean? Work for us. And if I don't, then you are competition. I hung up, paced my apartment for 2 hours, called Lena, told her everything. Her response shocked me. I already work for them, she whispered. What? I didn't have a choice, she said. They found me 6 months ago. I tried to warn you. My stomach twisted into knots. All this time, I thought Lena was my partner. She was actually my handler. I decided to run. I converted my crypto into privacy coins, used mixers to break the trails, and booked a one-way ticket to Istanbul under a fake name. The plan was simple. Disappear before Antares Dynamics decided I was a liability. But plans never survive first contact with reality. At the airport, I got flagged at security. Not by customs, not by police, by a man in a gray suit, holding a phone with my face on the screen. They took me to a private room in the airport basement. No windows, no cameras, just me, the man in the gray suit, and a thin laptop on the table. We've locked your wallets, he said calmly. But you already knew that. I said nothing. You have 2 options, he continued. Option 1. We zero you out and make sure you never access the network again. And option 2, I asked, voice shaking. You work for us. For real this time. I thought about Lena, about the freelancers I burned, about the fake clients, the fake metrics, the bot farms. I thought about my $1 million, money I couldn't even touch anymore. And then I laughed, because I finally understood the joke. There's no first million. There's only the game and the price you pay to stay in it. I signed the contract. Now I live in a glass tower in Dubai. My bank accounts are clean. My new passport is real. I get paid to manage digital ecosystems for clients I've never met in person. Sometimes I look at the news and wonder if I'm shaping it without knowing. Lena still works for Antares Dynamics. We text sometimes, but it's always short. Safe. The funny thing? I never actually got to spend my first $1 million. But now I make more than that every quarter. And I don't ask questions anymore. Last night, I received a package at my door. No sender. No return address. Inside was a burner phone. It rang as soon as I touched it. The screen lit up with one word. Level 3.